Stephen A. Smith just looked a camera dead in the eye and insulted every single driver, pit crew member, and fan of American motorsports. He claims racing drivers aren't athletes. He says they just sit there. Well, less than 48 hours later, Talladega Superspeedway delivered a massive 26-car massacre that proves just how violently out of touch the mainstream media really is. Here is exactly what went down. While national sports talking heads were questioning the physical limits of racing, NASCAR experienced a massive power shift at the very top. Jim France is stepping down as CEO, handing the keys of the sport over to Steve O'Donnell. And on the track, pure chaos. Carson Hocevar survived an absolute war zone to steal his first career NASCAR Cup Series win at Talladega, but the race was completely overshadowed by the carnage. During Stage 2, Bubba Wallace threw a heavy block, the middle lane checked up, and 26 cars were instantly swallowed in a high-speed catastrophe. This exposes a massive disconnect between the brutal reality of the cockpit and the perception of the general public. When you run 500 miles at Talladega, you are not out for a Sunday drive. Drivers are sustaining heart rates equivalent to elite marathon runners for over 3 hours. Kevin Harvick literally had a fitness company tell him his biometric watch must be broken because it registered a 3,200 calorie burn in a single race. You were fighting 130-degree cabin temperatures. You were pulling up to 6 Gs in the corners. You were wrestling 3,500 pounds of steel millimeters apart at 190 miles per hour. A single flinch does not mean a lost down or a missed free throw. It means a trip to the trauma center. Let's look at the strategic chessboard here. Steve O'Donnell taking over as CEO completely changes the trajectory of the sport. He is inheriting a grid that is faster, more volatile, and under intense mainstream scrutiny. O'Donnell knows the sport needs to get back to its roots, and he has to navigate this new era of aggressive, unapologetic drivers while defending the sport's legitimacy on the national stage. The disrespect from analysts like Stephen A. Smith is dangerous because it minimizes the life-or-death stakes these drivers manage every single Sunday. Look at that 26-car pileup. The kinetic energy involved when a pack of cars running near 200 miles an hour suddenly compresses is staggering. The split-second processing speed required to navigate that smoke and debris is something no point guard or linebacker will ever have to compute. Carson Hocevar winning this race is the ultimate counter-argument to the critics. He didn't just steer left. He processed a chaotic, shifting aerodynamic puzzle, exploited the draft, and buoyed his way to the front with zero fear. The kid beat his own path, ignored the critics, and executed a win in the most high-pressure environment in North American sports. That is elite athleticism combined with raw execution. The blowback has been nuclear. The entire motorsport community, from NASCAR to Formula One, has united to completely torch Stephen A. Smith's comments. Drivers are publicly calling him out, daring him to strap into a two-seater and feel the G-forces rip his neck around. Meanwhile, the fan reaction to Hocevar's Talladega win is polarizing but electric. Some purists hate his unapologetic, aggressive style, but the fans in the infield, they roared for it. He brings a raw showman energy that this sport desperately needs right now. So where does this leave us? We are looking at two very different scenarios for the rest of this season. This mainstream disrespect unites the garage. The new NASCAR leadership leans into the danger, the physicality, and the raw personalities like Hocevar. The drivers stop playing nice, the rivalries heat up, and the ratings explode because the product on the track becomes undeniably fierce. The sport tries to sanitize itself to appease the mainstream media. Leadership gets defensive, penalizes the raw emotion, and suppresses the showmanship, killing the grassroots momentum we just saw building at Talladega. The mainstream media wants to call these guys Sunday drivers. Talladega just proved they are gladiators. But I want to hear from you. Was Stephen A. Smith completely out of line, or does NASCAR have a marketing problem they need to fix immediately? Drop your take in the comments right now. If you want real, unfiltered sports analysis every single week, hit that subscribe button. We don't hold back here on Sports Wire USA. See you next time.